Hey, welcome to my review of Pokemon Journeys, episode 58, Panic, the Gulpin Ball, and come on Chewtle, the Turtle Race. Alright, so we finally have another two-parter, and this is sort of centered around the Gacha, so it was a pretty uphill battle for me. Team Rocket gets to be all cute, tuck it out in their base half having fun, and yes, that's actually the reason they've just been having fun, I guess, but we don't get to see that. And James puts me out in the Gacha for some reason, while kind of like half asleep or whatever, and Pelipper cranks it, which releases a bunch of Gulpins out into the world. Why does the Gacha have a bunch of Gulpins? I don't know. And before I move on, Jessie has an Arbok cup, which is like super cute. That's also really annoying because it reminds me of when they used to actually be allowed to have Pokemon. That was a good time, wasn't it? So, Go is running and he stops by a bush. Ash catches up to him and accidentally shoves him in, lodging a Gulpin on his head. They try to get it off, but it's too sticky, and then Ash has one stuck on its butt. They head back to the Institute and see a Pokemon show led by an Alakazam. But then the rest of the Gulpin rush out of the bush into the boys. They form a giant ball which rolls into a Pokemon at the show. Then the ball rolls out of control, absorbing everything in its path. At a point, the Gulpin levitate with Alakazam's Psychic. Sakuragi and Kakuna back at the lab see the life sign readings at the lab. And yeah, this is basically what the episode is. Just more of a ball rolling around. It's okay, not really the most exciting thing ever, but I do enjoy that lab staff play it so seriously, thinking it might be a new Pokemon or something. Like, it's all lit dark and dramatic in the lab. They try to compile all the information. I like how they handle it. It's revealed to Sakuragi in a video that Ash and Go are inside it. He goes out to check on them. Go calls Kaharu, and the ball floats by. The giant ball floats across the lab. Sakuragi tells him to use Gastro Acid from the Gulpins to release the sticky hold. And that's that. Basically, it's a decent first half, but, you know, it's nowhere near episode 26, let's be real. So, back in Team Rocket HQ, Meowth wakes up. Wobbuffet hits his head getting up as well, and he goes to help Meowth out of the Gacha, but he first cranks the Gacha and sends out Chewtle. So yes, after 41 episodes, Chewtle is finally back, and I'll be upfront with this. Why should I be celebrating that? I've made it very clear that I hate how Team Rocket are being handled in this series. Seeing a Pokemon we saw once after they've caught it after so long is not something I should ever have to do. And let's be real, I doubt we're ever going to be seeing it again anytime soon, so I'm really bothered by that. Chewtle leaves the HQ, and Meowth and Wobbuffet follow it to a park where it wanted to play, but Turtwig walks in front of it. This forms a rivalry as they try to take over each other. Meowth assumes that Turtwig was going to play, but the turtles talk mad crap to each other about how they're going to win. So it's a battle of pride. Meowth gets sat. He'll watch the battle. Wobbuffet will be the finishing line. And even Team Rocket's Rotom Phone gets some screen time here, as it will be recording the race. And man, is it too damn good for this series. It actually has a personality unlike Ash's and Go's Rotom Phones, as it doesn't want to record the race, but Meowth wants it to make a viral video. So the high-octane races off, and a Torkoal jumps in and spews out some steam, which sets Chewtle and Turtwig away. On the way up a slide, Chewtle falls, Turtwig saves it and throws it back up. Turtwig and Chewtle are neck and neck again at Sandpit, where Tortuga butts in, outspeeding the both of them. But it crashes at the end, which is pretty funny to be honest. So Turtwig falls after the Sandpit. It tries to play it off to Meowth, but he sees the wilted leaves on Turtwig's head. It's thirsty and Chewtle waters it, and oh my god, the faces after that are absolutely hilarious. A new kinship has formed between the two turtles. They've become friends, but they're still rivals. As they move on to continue the race, every other type of turtle Pokemon joins in, making a stampede which scares Wobbuffet off, who runs away. Suddenly, a man shows up on a group of Blastoise, and I'm gonna guess this is a Master Roshi reference, as this is the Turtle Master. All the turtle Pokemon other than Chewtle were his, and Chewtle all alone passes the flag to win. Chewtle has a really smug personality about winning that. Alright, so the first half of this episode was fine. It was definitely better than the stupid martial half of the last two-parter. I don't really feel like they got enough comedy value out of the giant Gulpin ball though. And they definitely should have played up the dramaticness of Sakuragi and Kakuna looking into it. Whatever, that's all I have to say about this one. Now, I actually thought that the Turtle Race was probably the best half of the two-parters since episode 26. Like, obviously I don't think it surpasses them, because, you know, the Magikarp half was so funny. You know, the Slowking half is a whole other level of weird. But, you know what, I think it's still better than anything that's come since, like, two-parter-wise. My main issue with it is, as I've said, why should I be celebrating a Pokemon that should always be with a Team Rocket trio coming back after so long? It makes me think of all the missed potential and how horribly mishandled Team Rocket has been in this series. It's just an unfortunate reality that Team Rocket's been relegated to having the Gacha, having a fun Rotom Phone that barely sees the light of day. I see Meowth and Wobbuffet cheering on Chewtle. I think, why should they care? There's no actual bond between them as friends. Why should I care as a viewer when we're probably not going to see this Chewtle for another 40 episodes? You get the problem I have? It doesn't matter how much I enjoy it as a story, because the wider context of it is just too depressing as a Team Rocket fan. And that's a shame, because I did enjoy this half a lot. It was a fun way to show off the turtle Pokemon. It was cute how Turtwig and Chewtle formed that little bond, and having it be carried by Meowth and Wobbuffet just chilling. they're watching without something like Jesse or James trying to sabotage Turtwig so Chewtle can win. That's nice. Much like last week's episode, it feels like just an ordinary day without much going on, and we're just along for the ride with it. I guess it really could have done with a little dose of more wackiness from episode 26. After all, that's the reason why episode 26 is the best Journeys episode. They just went crazy with it. A turtle race is a funny concept, it could have used a little more humour in it, brought about by that scenario. So overall, I had a decent time with this one, but it also just serves as a sad reminder that Team Rocket is horribly mistreated in Journeys.